Wine is luxury, and drunkenness rioting. He who delighteth therein shall not be wise. He that loveth good cheer shall be in want. He that loveth fat things shall not be rich. Let not thy heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all day long. Who hath woe, who hath wounds without cause? Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thy heart shall utter perverse things. For a harlot is a deep ditch, a woman unknown, a narrow pit. She lieth in wait as a robber, and him whom she shall find unwary she will kill. And thou shalt be as a pilot fast asleep. And thou shalt say, yes. Yes, perhaps that's enough for this morning. I seem to find myself out of sorts again.
You've been working too hard, Father. All your business in the House of Commons, your preaching as well. Surely it's time you went to see Dr. Manning, as I've asked.
The Holy Spirit is physician enough for me. You must remember, Vera, the man who devotes himself to God's work as I do is never abandoned to the ills of the flesh. Health is the gift of heaven, the reward of virtue. No, Paul! Upon my word. Didn't you hear the text I read this morning, especially for your benefit? You are a gluttonous child. If you cannot learn to wait until the food is served, then no breakfast, nothing. You must simply sit there while the rest. Pour the coffee, Vera.
Yes, Father.
All right, Doris.
Thank you, Doris.
CID, Rodway. Are you there, yes? Who did you say? Great Scott. Out, man, out. Put in the Home Secretary on the line. Yes?
A little Roman Catholic church in Putney?
2 candelabra plus candles, box of incense, all down here.
Bible stand, it says.
Yes, that was an old one they kept in the back, not much value. That's from the Methodist Church Hall, Fulham Palace Road, there.
No respecter of religious controversy, our church robber. Whatever heaven is praised, he loots, huh?
Yes, he's got a wide swathe. There's even a synagogue complained of the door tampered with. Nothing actually taken. Yes, he's a crank and I'm stuck with him.
Cheer, lad, could be worse. Could be herrings, pinched from a Bristol trawler. No lead at all?
None whatsoever, no.
Ah, there you are. It's this Chatterton business again.
Booker?
Chatterton, Enoch Chatterton, the MP. You remember, you dealt with it before. Anonymous letters, abuse through the post.
Oh, yes, about a month or so ago, yes.
Yes, you received another letter this morning.
What?
And I've had the Home Secretary on the telephone about it, no less. Now, Chatterton is a powerful man, Corky. He uses his influence, mere policemen run for cover. Now, I know we couldn't find out a great deal about the letter writer before.
Well, don't look at me, Charlie. I'm on my way to Guildford.
Guildford?
Yes, 11 o'clock train, the Penrelby affair. You authorised the journey yourself.
Oh, but this is more important.
What, anonymous letter writing more important than murder?
Well,
Enoch Chatterton's a pompous ass, what with his moral crusading, his refusal to budge an inch where principle is concerned.
now look, Corky.
Last week he stood up on the floor of the House and advocated birching for all men venal enough, I think that was the term he used, venal enough to take advantage of the means of prostitution.
I have been instructed on the highest authority to do something about this matter. Plainly, I must. Marriott will have to go to Chatterton's house at once.
Ah, well, cheer up.
Me
there.
again, eh?
Check on the handwriting, the notepaper used, the sort of ink, you know, the usual drill. Not going to get you very far, but it looks like efficiency. Must hurry, otherwise I'm going to be late.
Now look.
Remember, I'm depending on you, Marriott, to pour oil onto troubled waters. Home Secretary was most disturbed. It seems Chatterton descended on him about an hour or so
I'll
ago.
see you when I get back, Charlie.
Yes, all right. Goodbye, Corky.
Bye now.
And he quoted from the wretched letter, "A stench rising to heaven" was one of the less savoury expressions he used. Then, well, he spoke so quickly I found it difficult to put it all down. What is it? A wit? No,
A white.
a white.
A whitened sepulchre, a hypocrite, a lying servant of the Most High. Evil men take to themselves evil women, and you stand by. You sit in the high places of the land, and behold, it is Babylon. Even the very temples of the Lord are desecrated, for thieves enter and steal. You are an abomination, a stench rising to heaven, a foulness, a blasphemy. I vomit you out of my mouth. There, sir, you hear the vile calumny for yourself. Now, do you consider my representations to the Home Secretary unjustified?
Believe me, Mr. Chatterton, I never said they
To
were.
think that such foul abuse, such scandalous falsehoods should be permitted to be sent through the post, in England of all places, a Christian country. I sincerely trust the police will be able to do something this time.
It's never easy, of course, catching miscreants of this sort. But in the modern day, we have advanced methods, no doubt in a week or two.
Week or two? That's exactly what Sergeant Cork said before. I hope that you, Mr.
Marriott.
Mr. Marriott, intend to act with more purpose. This devil must be stopped. He makes light of my standing, both as a servant of the public and as a preacher of the word. 2 nights in the week, sir, I put aside worldly considerations and go down into the lowest quarters of the city to carry the gospel to the underprivileged. One other night I spend in voluntary work for the moral reinstatement of fallen women. Surely a man of such... A man of such...
Well, you've overtired yourself again.
No, Vera, I'm all right.
Sit down, please. Sit down, Father. You must forgive my father, Mr. Marriott, but ever since...
Father's very pale. Perhaps he would like a glass of water. Paul?
That is, with no one to prevent him anymore, he works himself unmercifully.
Empties himself out in the service of the Lord.
A whole sacrifice, an oblation,
The generous heart I will not despise, saith God.
the offering of the humble spirit.
Careful, Paul.
Oh, you're sorry, stupid child. Now look.
It's all right, no
down.
bones broken, Miss Chatterton.
He's clumsy, quite unreliable.
No, please, I assure you. Where'd you get these?
Sir?
The bruises.
Well, they're nothing really, sir. I fell on the cellar steps last night getting cold.
That's right. We don't have servants in the house after dark, you see. It's one of Father's rules for us, that any help we have must leave the premises once the day's work is done.
Sin enough in a man's own bosom, Mr. Marriott, without he share his habitation with workers of iniquity.
Thank you, my dear. Mr. Marriott, I haven't really a great deal of time this morning. I was anxious that my children, especially the younger ones, should hear what it is you tend to do about this nuisance we suffer from, as it is important that the young should learn respect for the processes of law. But now their tutor is almost due, and I must leave for the house. Can you explain, please, how you mean to deal with this matter, and how soon?
Well, we'll start with the letter, the internal evidence, as it's called. Now, this should tell us the kind of person who wrote the letter. Our handwriting expert will have to examine it, but at a cursory glance, I'd be inclined to say that it was the work of a child. Someone no older than, well, say, Master Paul here.
Great heavens, Mary, the sentiments
Oh, grown
expressed-
up, I agree. Yet, if the letter had been dictated, I'm supposing that an adult, afraid of being found out, yet desperate in his own unbalanced way to convey his hatred thus...
Hiding behind the writing of an innocent child.
Quite. We could put the matter to the test, I suppose.
I beg your pardon.
Well, if Master Paul wouldn't mind obliging with your permission, sir. If we could have pen and paper, he could take down a few sentences as I speak.
But that...
What on earth would that establish?
Well, simply that the letter could have been written by a juvenile. But it's important, surely.
Very well, Vera.
You know, sir, whoever wrote this letter is your enemy by dint of too much agreement with you, hardly too little. He writes, evil men take to themselves evil women and you stand by. Now, that surely can only
It's
be
scandalous that anybody should be permitted to speak of my father's great work in that slighting
Thomas.
way. Well, it is, sir. Good Lord, you may have failed to complete it, but that doesn't mean to say the cause is lost.
Failed?
Those who make our laws must yet be made to see that the men who go to these base women ought also to be punished by law. When the word of the Lord comes to them in the councils of the land, they must not turn it aside.
It's turning aside God. God who strikes the necks of sinners.
Whose swift sword will not be sheathed.
Pen and paper, Mr. Marriott.
Thank you. There's another thing worth noting in the letter, I feel. He writes, even the very temples of the Lord are desecrated, for thieves enter and steal. Now, it so happens we know something about this at Scotland Yard. Several churches have suffered burglaries recently. But how does the writer of the letter know that? There's been nothing in the papers to speak of, no outcry.
What is he to write, please?
I think a few phrases from the letter would be most useful. Let's see.
Don't worry, Paul. It's just a cover plate test. You know, like Mr. Pennyquick gives us. Nothing more.
Mr. Pennyquick is their tutor.
I see. You ready, Paul? The wickedness of our cities grows greater every day. Behold, it is Babylon.
They're utterly dissimilar.
Yes, of course.
The writing in the letter slopes backwards, whilst Paul's is straight up and down.
What else did you expect?
It is at least possible that the writer of the letter could have been a child.
Yes, sir, considering the lightness of the touch and the similar shaping of the characters in both examples, it's an unformed hand.
And I hope so. With this much to guide you, it will... Their time's gone. All gone, you see. Paul, Alexander. The classroom now, please.
Yes, Papa.
I don't stay a moment longer. Marriott, I shall expect progress reports from you as your investigation proceeds.
Sir?
Father, must you go to the house today? Surely your business can wait. If you were to stay at home and rest.
Today I head a committee for the formulation of a bill to prevent the use of this foul chloroform stuff in our hospitals. The Lord's work. The Lord will sustain me.
He won't have doctors. Not for himself. It's his belief that doctors and hospitals are only for those of little faith.
I see. What was that he said just now about banning chloroform in hospitals?
Of course. The new anesthetic, as they call it, is entirely without biblical authority.
And as one of our great divines has pointed out, its use in cases of childbirth merely robs God of the cries of women in labor. Mr. Marriott, you may be a policeman by profession, but it's plain to me that you don't share the burning desire that tears at some of us for our country's reformation. It is my hope very soon now to follow in my father's footsteps, and if possible even triumph where he has allowed himself to be defeated. Prostitution must be stopped, stamped out.
The unfortunate women must be reformed. Their clients punished.
Well, yes.
He that joins himself to harlots shall be called evil. Decay shall inherit him.
There shall be no whore among the daughters of Israel, nor whoremonger among her sons.
You see, Marriott, you understand the great mission with which we are charged. Be not pleased with the wrong done by the unjust. Even to hell the wicked shall not find favor.
South Carolina, that old town never sings.
So what that happened then, eh?
What happened when?
Well, just as you were saying, Hanson. All them ships sailing along so close to each other, then the jolly old captain or whoever it was ordered they should all turn round.
Now, the Admiral.
Oh, well, Admiral. It's the thirst that makes it hard to concentrate proper.
Oh, yeah. Beer! Why can't we have some more beer? Sir.
March on.
Turning 8 cables, a stinking Admiral. Ain't never been done, go never, in the whole history of the sea.
You don't say?
My brother in the lead ship, up there in the med below deck, not a chance in the world. Round they went, round as they was told, and just when they seen it was too late, 5 ships sunk, the stinking Admiral.
Oh, well, that's the way of the world, isn't it, love? There's always them that'll grind the faces of the poor. They take girls like me. There's gentlemen gets up every day in Westminster and says as how we ought to be prohibited. Prohibited. Like we was jokes at a funeral or something.
Well, what line of trade are you in then?
You shut your gates! Pay no heed to him, Admiral. He's common, that's what he is.
Now, you're absolutely sure this is the sort of place you want to come to, Diane?
Yes, Bob, it's perfect. Right out of my ken. Life at last.
If your father knew I'd brought you to a place like this.
Oh, my father is alarmingly inconsistent. There are times when I can't understand him. I mean, he's willing that I should attend university and make my way in what's supposed to be a man's world. But when I say I want to study social science, he turns right round and expects me to learn everything I need to know from books. Well, does that make sense?
Good evening, miss. Sir, what can I get you now?
I'd like a porter.
Yeah, 2 pints, I'm afraid. 2 pints? You won't like it, you know, not in the least. Evening, Jones. Rather like work, this.
Bob, those women over there, is there any means of telling if they're...
What do you think, sir?
I say.
I thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's go somewhere else, Diana. I mean, I only get 1 night off a week the way things are. We don't get a chance to see each other. I'd hope to take you somewhere special.
Prostitution is a fascinating social problem, Bob. I mean, it has to be kept in check. But there are lots of people who feel that if you ban it all together as somewhat nowadays, then you open the door to worse evils.
Oh, don't tell me you've got a theory to reform, too.
What?
Well, I spent the day at the Chatterton place in Wimbledon. You know Chatterton?
The MP?
Yeah.
For goodness sake, why?
It doesn't matter now, but he and his highly dedicated family are committed to the proposition that not only should harlots be run in, but their clients arrested, too.
No, but that's fatuous and impractical. But then Chatterton's a well-known religious crank.
No, I wouldn't call him a crank. I'd call him dangerous. I don't think it's religion he suffers from, not properly speaking. I think most church people would find his views and attitudes somewhat... Conway!
Bob, where are you going? No! No, Bob!
Gentlemen, please!
Very well, I'm going out of my mind, but I tell you, it was Vera Chatterton I saw in that music hall last night, or the York Retreat never had a needy patient.
Not drinking too much, I trust?
Look, sir, we were face to face. I'd seen her early in the day at the house. The eyes, the shape of the hair. Anyway, by the time I got out into the street, she'd vanished. But I believe she recognized me.
Oh,
Why'd she run out then? I mean, if she'd simply been one of those women from that den, she'd hardly have dashed off just because I happened to catch her eye. And Diana said she seemed frightened, too.
Diana?
The young lady I was escorting.
To a place like that?
Yeah. Well, that's another story. Yeah, it's not soulmates anymore, Diana and I. See, one of those blasted sailors made a grab at her when I went out after the girl. Ah, well, perhaps it's all for the best. You know, I always suspected that Diana was a secret pre-Raphaelite.
Mariette, you'd be better occupied spending less time imagining you observe the daughters of leading citizens in caverns of vice, and more finding out who has the effrontery to write members of Parliament offensive letters.
I didn't imagine things. As for the letters...
Well,
with a handwriting expert at the moment, at least confirmed my notion they could have been written by a child, especially like I can do. The note-tape paper turned out to be very ordinary stuff. You could buy it at any stations.
What about fingerprints?
No, I checked for those. Only 1 or 2 smudges on the paper. What's the matter?
Odd smell suddenly. Pungent, but sweet.
Good Lord, I thought it was me.
What?
No, I mean, I've been noticing it all morning.
What the devil is it? Yes?
Oh, sure.
By answer, post-haste.
What's this?
Post-haste, sir. Ran all the way the messenger did. Fell out of breath he was. Give this to Superintendent Rodway, he says. And with that he airs off before I can say, well, what if he ain't in?
All right, let's have it, Chalky.
Well, I calls out, oh, save that to cool your porridge, he shouts back. If I'm not back in the House of Commons in 5 minutes, the House of Commons, that's what I said. Or that's what he said.
More from the Home Secretary. Our anonymous scribe has been busy again. Chatterton making life unbearable. Please do something or resign forthwith.
is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me. Captain. Splendid, Alexander. Mr. Pennyquick said to us as an exercise. Where's Paul, by the way?
Oh, upstairs, Papa. He felt tired after lessons and went to lie down.
Lie down? This time of day?
Thomas said he might.
Thomas. Sometimes that young man takes too much upon himself. Maybe the eldest of the family, but all the same.
Papa. Papa, you really are ill. I can see it. Oh, please, why don't you send for the doctor as Vera keeps asking you?
Because... There, child. Yes, there is something the matter with me. I know it. Perhaps I shall have to seek help in spite of all. But my work must come first. I mustn't desert it now for fear of failing you and the other children.
Failing us, Papa?
Thomas implied I had failed. I've always brought you up to the highest standards, haven't I? Because the world was wicked, I shielded you from the world, even to the extent of having you all educated here at home where you would be safe. There are occasions nowadays when I feel you're drawing away from me. Not so much you, Alexandra, you at least remain affectionate. But Paul, too young to understand the things I labor to achieve. Vera, Thomas, they're drawing away from me. Why?
I think things that happened long ago are still important to Vera and Thomas.
Long ago? What things?
Oh, please. Can't we talk about it, all of us, one day soon? What happened? What really happened the night our mother died? No, Thomas!
Quiet. Maybe no one to bother us, but we can't take risks now. Say I'm out if you have to. Paul's still lying down.
But why do I have to go to the cellar again? I don't like it there.
I'll lock you in the strong room if you don't behave.
Oh, no! No, God, my arm! You're hurting my arm, Thomas!
Miss Chatterton, I'm sorry. I didn't expect you to answer the door.
The maids stay off, Mr. Marriott. Today we only have cook, and even she doesn't arrive till later. You wish to see my father?
Yes, there's been another letter, apparently.
Yes, do come in.
Go.
You just wait a moment.
It couldn't have been you I saw last night, I take it.
I beg your pardon?
You'll never believe this, Miss Chatterton, but last evening I stood not 3 feet from a young lady closer than I am to you now. And I could have sworn she was you.
Goodness, how strange. Of course, they do say that everyone has a double somewhere in the world. A doppelganger, as it's called in German, but to think in the same city.
Where were you last night, please? Here at home?
Naturally.
You didn't go out at all, not even for a moment?
No.
You would be prepared to swear to that?
Mr. Marriott, what is it you want me to say? That I defied my father's orders and went roaming the streets like a loose woman? Everyone in this house will tell you that I did not stir last night. We seldom go out here. The world is...
Her name must never be mentioned! Never again! That was my command the day she died, and while I am master in this house...
Father.
Vera! Oh, I saw I believe it was so. You who spoke to that innocent child of her mother. Why did you do it? That was a sin. A vile deed.
Father, Mr. Marriott is here. Mr. Marriott of the police.
Police?
Good day, sir. I trust you find yourself in better health than when last we met.
Why, how foolish of me, Mr. Marriott. I'll clear these things out of your way.
No, please. It doesn't matter.
I insist. Unless, of course, you wish to conduct another handwriting experiment. Fascinating, the methods you policemen use. Though in this case, I fear there'll be less point than in your experiment yesterday. Some handwriting exercises belonging to my sister, Alexandra. She was born left-handed and has to practice to use her right.
Does your father still refuse to see a doctor, Miss Chetterton? I made a silly comment outside. He's much worse than he was before. Surely, unless he takes medical advice...
Mr. Marriott, if you knew my father, you would know that he's not a man to be forced. You would also know that he's not always a man to be taken quite literally. He made some strange remarks, I think, when my sister ran from the room, about my late mother.
Yes, he said he'd given a command her name was never to be mentioned again.
That's his great grief. He was deeply devoted to her, and when she died so suddenly, it seems to have quite unbalanced his mind. Even after 8 years, the wound is still raw.
I'm sorry. Yet, if he's as ill as he appears today, surely he can't have been in a much better state last night.
I beg your
You said a
pardon?
few moments ago that everyone in the family would confirm you were at home last night. I perceive now you mean every one of the children of the family.
Virtuous woman that cried to her husband, but she didn't make it ashamed.
Father.
Hey, sorrow.
Father, be still. Be still. I'll get you some water.
Is your brother at home, Miss Chetterton?
Thomas?
Yes, I'd be prepared to accept his assurance that you were at home last night and the person I saw in another part of the city was someone quite different.
Mr. Marriott, what is the meaning of this? Your insinuations would seem to have some purpose that I cannot easily grasp. I am not in the habit of telling lies. In any event, even if I had chosen to go out last night, to however unlikely a place, is it any concern of yours?
Unlikely, then. You're not altogether ignorant of the kind of establishment in which I observe. You're double. I can only tell you it has some bearing on my investigations. Now, your brother, please.
Mr. Marriott, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave this house.
Sir?
It appears, in addition to your other instances, you've now made an attack on my sister's good name, and that I plainly cannot tolerate.
My dear chap, all I
What's
said...
more, you may cease your investigations. We are no longer worried about who may be writing these scurrilous letters.
Yes.
Cease them, I say. My father is a sick man, in no state to make accurate judgments. I become head of the family, therefore, and that is my instruction to you. Leave now, Marriott, go. He will arise, and his enemies shall be scattered. Vain is the help of man.
As smoke is driven away, let the wicked be driven. As wax that melteth before the fire.
They shall fall by the sword. They shall be meat for foxes. They shall die, and their bones shall have no rest.
Well, I'll be damned. Little Mayhew.
Bit early, ain't it, handsome? I mean, if we was just to have a little drink or perhaps a bite to eat at.
Oh, my stars. Charlie Rodway.
All forgiven, Lil. No hard feelings.
Feelings, indeed. If I've said it to the girls once, I've said it 100 times. It's a pleasure to be running by that Constable Rodway. Oh, nice and considerate he always was. Fair and square, not like some I could mention. Here, but what's the office? I thought you'd gone up in the world since the dock road days. Now, don't tell me they put you back to foot drill again.
No, I'm still where I was, CID. Hey, you. You see that chappie there? That's my Mr. Evans. Now, he's going to spend the evening here for his better education. I want you to give him every assistance, you hear? No trouble unless you want some yourself. Now, we'll have a couple of pints for the lady and me.
Yeah, but what's up? Must be trouble in the air if the CID come round.
Tell me this, Lil. Were you here last night?
Yeah.
Didn't notice anybody strange, did you? Somebody new amongst the girls, I mean? Somebody a bit out of place, even posh, perhaps.
It's so hard to tell these days, isn't it? Who's on the game and who's not, like. I mean, time was when we all knew each other, but just lately with more money in a sailor's pocket and all these amateurs about.
Amateurs?
Oh, sometimes it breaks your heart, Charlie. I give the best years of my life, and no thanks for it. And I don't see I should stand here watching these little amateurs and moles. You'd never believe it, but there was one not 24 hours ago. She was quite young and with a sailor. Then a young gent come up. Not a fine gent he looked too. But before he could open his mouth, do you know what she'd done?
What, Lil?
Ran off, turned on her heel and bolted clean out that door before he
The
could...
girl ran away from the young gent. Fair-haired young gent, sideboards with a moustache. Interesting. Lil, if that girl comes in here tonight, you tell my Mr. Evans.
Oh, it's her you want.
No, my Mr. Evans. Just a bit of business we got on hand, Lil. Thought I'd come and see to it myself. Makes a change, you know. Now drink up, Lil.
Thank you, sir.
Whatever brought you up this side of town? I never thought you'd leave the dock road.
Well, I didn't want to, really, but you know what happened to that chum of yours, that jolly constable, Fawcett?
Rob Fawcett? Yes, of course. Yes, developed fallen arches. Couldn't walk his beat.
Same with me. Honest, it was terrible. Nowhere to sit down, limping. Yeah, I think I needed something more sedentary, if you follow my meaning.
No doubt in the world, Mr. McNulty.
Oh, none whatsoever, Mr. Marriott. No, these letters were unquestionably written by a child.
Sure?
No doubt at the dictation of an adult, as you suggest. But, more than that, by a left-handed child.
Well, how can you be absolutely sure? Explain.
Well, you see the strong downward strokes.
Yes.
You notice? The backward slope. All indications of a natural left-hander, even in a script as unformed as this. There are one or two curious deviations here and there, but, well, they don't worry me. You see, left-handed children are sometimes forced to learn to use their right hands. It's a very, very grave mistake. But something like that could account for a certain confusion in the script from time to time.
Well, I'm most grateful to you, Mr. McNulty, and to your science of, what is it?
Calligraphy, Mr. Marriott. Oh, I didn't have for altogether unselfish purposes, don't think that. The more I can demonstrate the exactitude of my work, well, the further I and my fellow toilers are removed from the accusation of mumbo-jumbo and divination. Public opinion is very slow to accept as I find.
Clears it up once and for all. He was good to solve my case for me.
Hardly clears it up, Marion.
Sir?
Yes, I've been back for about an hour. Entertained myself reading your notes. Must say I agree with you. The girl with the sailor could have been Vera Chatterton.
Wrathful ghosts will rise in for hell tonight.
What was that?
Nothing. This is Mr. McNulty, Superintendent Rodway. Perhaps you'll assure us again, sir, the letter writer could have been left-handed.
Oh, on my professional reputation.
Well, it looks as if we must interview...
Alexandra. Yes, I mean, her sister admitted that she was being made to use the right hand.
So I gather. Curious, though. Child writing evil letters to her father. This business of the hot water bottle. Had anything been put into it?
Well, not into the hot water bottle, sir, but into the decanter. Smell this.
Chloroform.
You'll confirm that?
Well, don't you know?
Oh, I'm not very familiar with this stuff. Whereas in such minute quantities, it would be hard to be recognizable at first.
These children have been drugging their father. He's not ill at all.
It's even more curious than that, sir. Chatterton's working on a bill to outlaw the use of chloroform. Yes, Vera and Thomas preached me a lecture the first day I was there on the wickedness of anesthetics.
Oh, well, that won't be the last contradiction we come up against in this case, unless I'm very much mistaken. Chatterton's brought those children up as if they were plants in a hothouse. Never does. Growth's too rich, too freakish.
No, Thomas, not the cellar tonight.
Don't you realize tonight is what it's all been for?
I can't, truly.
Alexandra wrote the letters just as we agreed she should, and it did no good. Papa is a coward because the forces of evil are powerful. He will not fight them any longer. He betrays his own work.
Oh, please, Paul. Do as Thomas says.
The Lord commands us.
No.
The Lord of righteousness, who breaks the necks of the wicked.
Thomas, no,
It's odd. There seemed to be a light at the end of the hall in my tower.
It's going to rain like Billio.
How do we get in, sir, when they do decide to answer? I mean, Thomas told us we weren't to bother with the letters anymore.
Well, it's still an offense sending a boost like that through the post. You know, I've been thinking, I wonder what really happened to the children's mother.
Mother?
Didn't you tell me earlier that Chatterton had issued an edict? Her name was never to be mentioned at the home?
Yes.
Well, that's hardly normal, is it? Must have had a mighty effect on the family, whatever it's all about. Mighty effect. You did say the servants go home at night, didn't you?
Yes. What does it all mean, sir?
I don't know that. Surely these things are some of the articles missing from churches. You remember? A Bible stand, incense, so forth.
You mean these children are the church robbers?
What's all that? Yes, more pious objects. You know, these young devils could be up to something so fantastic, so horrible.
The door. Alexandra? Listen to me, Alexandra. You can't keep us locked in here. We're police officers. Now, people will come and then you'll be in trouble. Do you understand? What happens now? Will we be kept here, do you imagine?
Probably, lad, pending further deliberation. We came at the wrong time, from the children's point of view, I mean. It seems they've got something particular to do tonight, so they decided to lure us into a trap.
What are they to do tonight?
You ever read the works of H. Rider Haggard, Marriott? Rider Haggard, popular fiction, you know.
Yes.
Now, why should this place and its trappings put me in mind of Rider Haggard?
Well, King Solomon's mine.
Yes. The barbaric right. She who must be obeyed.
Oh, that's nonsense. I mean, it must be. I mean, these children went out and robbed the churches because the father drove them mad with too much religion, but they're not responsible.
Where do you suppose the father is at this moment, eh? Upstairs, I'm very much inclined to think, more deeply drugged than ever before. Oh, no. This is the final stage in some involved and highly disturbing plan, Marriott. This is to be a climax. But what, for pity's sake?
Thomas? Now listen to me, Thomas. You're only making trouble for yourself, keeping us locked up here, you know.
He that will join himself to harlots
Alexandra.
shall be called evil.
Alexandra, I'm Superintendent Broadway. Come over here, please. I want to speak to you.
Die. His bones
Alexandra, just
no
for a
rest.
moment, please. I promise you I won't stop you doing anything you really want to do. Now look, Alexandra. I take you to be the most sensible member of this family. Am I right or am I wrong, eh? Well, no matter. What I want to know is, why did you write those letters to your father? Oh, yes, we know you did that, but somebody older than you made you put it all down. Isn't that the truth, eh? Who, I wonder? And why? Thomas there? Very forceful, Thomas. But the reason. There must have been a reason, Alexandra.
So that Papa would do something at long last.
To do something about what?
Thomas said he'd failed in the Lord's work, and the letters would show that he must do more. All the evil women would be banished from our cities, and the evil men brought down to death. Well, the letters only made Papa angry. And then Thomas began to say that if he didn't do something, then we had a duty to. Well, I tried to speak to Papa about Thomas, but he was so ill.
No, not ill, Alexandra. Your elder brother and sister have been drugging your father for some... Do you know that?
Oh, but Vera and Thomas...
Oh, no, I swear it's true. They must have gone out and bought the stuff especially, or stolen it. As they stole this stuff from the churches.
Stole?
Didn't you know that either? Oh, they've been keeping you in the dark, Alexandra.
Vera and Thomas. It troubles them, I'm sure, about our mother.
Do you know what happened to your mother, Alexandra?
I think that...
Yes?
I think Papa killed her.
Ladies and gentlemen, I crave your indulgence, please. A few outstanding sleight of hand legerdemain. Perceive with your powers of perception this is outstanding illusion. I purchased this outstanding illusion from an old gentleman who lived in the North of Molly Payne's the upper gymnasium. When I first met him, it was women who lived on this. Now, when he looked up the Navy paper, he had a round, big, big, high, tall gentleman,
Jackson. Oh, well, pardon the expressions. That was her, the girl that Charlie Rodway told me to look out for, don't you? Oh, Lord. At least down the dock road, the coppers was conscious.
What?
Just went out this minute.
He said to me, according to the legend,
Joey.
Ah, Constable Ellis has just delivered this message from P.C. Evans, sir. Oh, my God, it's gone.
Oh, come on, think, lad, think, Chalky.
All right, don't hurry me. Oh, I know, I've got it. He saw the girl at the music hall, Lil recognised her, the girl went off with a sailor, and Evans followed her to this address.
Look, is he waiting for me there?
Well, now listen, I was about to tell you.
Look, there's no sign of Superintendent Rodway or Marriott.
Didn't say.
Right.
What are they up to? Vera ought to be here if it's something they're all involved in.
It's a bad business all round. Young Alexander's under the impression that her father did for her mother. Could Chatterton have put that idea into her head, I wonder? Or Thomas? Oh, the mother died suddenly, all right. I remember reading the newspaper report at the time. No suggestion of foul play, of course. Although... What? Well, there was a story afterwards linking Mr. Chatterton's name with a solicitor, I think he was, who had gone abroad.
How long ago was this?
8, 9 years.
Dirty, stinking Admiral. If I had my way, what a rotten swine.
Hush now, hush.
The dirty, stinking Admiral.
Wicked man flees and no man pursueth, but the just shall search him out.
What's going on here?
He that joins himself to harlots shall be called evil.
Alexandra, what is it they mean to do, child? Time to speak up. Tell me, Alexandra.
I don't...
You don't know, or you don't mean to tell me?
Down from heaven.
It's too late for playing games, child.
Great voice.
Nobody was supposed to be harmed. Not like this. Vera and Thomas said that...
I'm not well,
Every
Alexandra.
unclean spirit.
Now listen, whatever you imagine your father may have done to your mother, you must not take sides with them. Now look, the key of this door is hanging on the nail where you put it there. Let us out, and we'll see that nobody comes to any harm.
And double unto her. As much as she hath glorified herself, so much torment and sorrow give ye to her. For her wickedness has reached unto heaven. And
They're not going to kill him.
Stop it, you damn maniac! Stop it!
Alexandra! Her plagues come. Death and mourning and famine.
What is the meaning of this?
Mr. Jackson, over here, Sir Marriott. Open this door so we'll put a stop to this.
Thomas!
Upon my soul, Father, you shouldn't be wandering about down here. We thought you were upstairs resting.
Yes,
Nothing
Father.
with Vera.
Come upstairs, you're
I'm
tired.
all right now, let me go! I want to know what... You were reading from the book of Revelations, Thomas. Who is this man? Why is he here? Oh, this night!
Mr. Chatterton, listen to me, please. Try and understand. You are not sick. You never have been. Your elder children have been drugging you because they think they are capable of administering divine justice. That poor devil has been brought here as a sacrificial victim.
No!
Correct, Thomas? Come, tell your father the truth. Tell us all. That man must die, mustn't he?
An evil man, Father. A sinner. An emissary of hell who seeks the company of lustful women. Shall he go unpunished just because you and your kind proved too weak to stamp out the wickedness in our midst?
Too weak, Thomas?
Them too, the police, the so-called guardians of the right. What do they do while day and night the streets of our cities breed appalling vice? The sinner must be broken under the bright sword, brought at length to misery and death.
You can't mean you think you have the right...
You did nothing, Father. You talked and talked. And even after we sent you those letters, you wouldn't act.
Who sent those letters?
What was the matter? Once you were strong and we respected you, why did you fail us? Even when it was my mother who was guilty of shameful behavior, you wouldn't show mercy. You accused her before heaven. You struck her down in her evil.
What did you say?
Yes, Father. We always knew the truth, Thomas and I. That night you faced our mother with her own wickedness. We were awake. We crept downstairs to listen, and you called her a Jezebel, a harlot, because you'd found out about her and that man who used to come to the house.
And then the Spirit of the Lord entered into you, and she was condemned. She fell to the ground, the victim of her own dreadful evil.
No! Dear God! Is this what you've been thinking all these years? That your mother was a wicked woman? She never did anything wrong. I was mistaken about her and that man you speak of. It was a young solicitor who was helping me with my work at the time. Somehow I formed the impression. It seemed to me... For pity's sake, why didn't you tell me what was going on in your head? Your mother, she was never really strong, a condition of the heart. And that night, I accused her, shouted at her. Suddenly she went pale and dead. Why must you accuse me of her death all over again? Don't you think I've accused myself 1,000 times? There are occasions most of the time when I can't bear to so much as hear her name mentioned.
He's lying.
Nobody here, sir. Door on the latch, no lights. Too quiet for comfort. You're quite certain the girl came indoors?
Oh, yes, sir. I saw from the road.
Yes, they could look around, shall we?
A light from down there, sir. A cellar or something.
Come on, quickly.
Say it's not true, Father.
Thomas!
The wicked must die to death. It's the...
Alexander, quick, before it's too late. Quick.
No, you shan't! You shan't bear none of you!
Do quick,
It'll be just returned. Judgment will be visited on this sinful man. Visited on my mother in her evil.
Who are you? Let me go! Who are you? Where you are? Let me go!
Away.
We'll see them. The two eldest ones, Corky.
All right, up here, man.
Here the dangerous ones. Get to the
Joy of the just to execute justice. Great to those who work evil. The Lord will judge. The Lord will protect the just.
Can I help in any way, sir? Sergeant Cork, it's some time since we met.
Why, Sergeant, why? I don't understand. All my life, so careful to protect them from the world and contamination, yet they could callously harbor in their hearts such suspicions of me. You're right, I failed. But how? Why?
Just tell me about this, one of these long winter evenings, Charlie. I'm certain chapel was never quite like this.
The victim comes off best. All he's got to do is sleep it off. As for the others, do you imagine the patriarchs of old were as unbending as the patriarchs of modern times, Corky? I don't. It's all very well trying to be as upright as Abraham, but Abraham wasn't concerned with rectitude alone. He gave his children other things. His flocks, his tents, the fullness of life in his time. Even, who knows,
Bullseyes?